Welcome, everyone, to another deep dive.
Mm.
Today, we're going into a world that, people often think of as just teaching little kids their letters and numbers. But it turns out that picture, it's really just the surface of something much deeper, much more complex. We're talking about the foundations that let early childhood educators really profoundly shape young lives. It goes way beyond the classroom stuff.
Exactly. And, while the ABCs and counting are definitely important, sure, the actual job of a pre-K 4 teacher involves this whole intricate network of collaboration, professionalism, and really advocacy.
A whole web.
It really is. It demands they keep growing and understanding the whole child.
And for this deep dive, we've got something pretty unique as our source.
We do. We're actually looking directly at a study guide for folks aiming to become pre-K 4 teachers in Pennsylvania. So it gives us this insider's perspective on the huge range of knowledge and skills they need. It's not just lesson plans, it's understanding the child's whole world.
Okay, so let's unpack this then. Our goal here, really, is to explore how these teachers become effective partners with families, with the community, and how they handle all the legal stuff, the
Yeah,
ethical standards, right? And maybe most importantly, how they actually champion the well-being and the development of every single kid they work with.
Yeah, it's a really dynamic role.
Absolutely.
And what's really striking is the depth of understanding they need about child development. Not just the academic side, but the context. They get into some pretty complex ideas like Bronfenbrenner's ecological systems theory.
Bronfenbrenner, right. That sounds pretty academic for pre-K.
It does, but it's super practical. It's a lens, A
Yeah.
teacher using this sees that a child's growth isn't just happening in a vacuum. It's affected by all these layers, their family, the classroom, that's the microsystem, all the way out to cultural values or the economy, the macrosystem. Understanding that whole ecosystem helps them tailor what they do for each specific child.
Yeah, I was actually a bit surprised to see that level of theory in there. It really shifts things from just, what am I teaching today, to who is this whole child?
No, doesn't it? Totally.
And that understanding must directly feed into how they handle the legal side of things, too, things that protect everyone. We saw FERPA mentioned quite a bit.
Oh, absolutely. FERPA, the Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act, it's not just, bureaucratic rules. It's fundamental for trust. It gives parents rights over their child's education records. They can see them, ask for changes.
Right, like if there's a mistake on a record or something.
Exactly. Something seemingly small, but it could be really important down the line for getting the right support. So knowing FERPA means teachers are actively protecting that child's info and the family's privacy.
Okay.
And then there's also PPRA, the Protection of Pupil Rights Amendment. That one deals more with student surveys, especially sensitive ones, making sure parents have rights there too. It all comes down to keeping things confidential, securing records properly, getting parental consent. Families need to be in the loop.
That makes a lot of sense. It shows how much trust and privacy are just woven into the job. And that seems to flow right into the next big piece, working closely with families and using community resources. What jumped out at you there?
Well, the big thing is the focus on culturally sensitive communication. It's not enough to just send a flyer home, right? It's about understanding that families communicate differently, being responsive, using different methods, conferences, maybe home visits, emails, apps, whatever works. And they're expected to actually involve families in decisions too, maybe through feedback or parent groups, making it a real partnership.
Okay, so real two-way communication.
Exactly. And then connecting families with what's out there in the community museums, libraries, yeah, but also maybe food banks or social services if needed, and bringing those resources into the learning, like field trips or guest speakers.
So they're kind of like bridge builders,
Yeah,
connecting the classroom to the child's whole world.
that's a great way to put it, yeah.